Listen closely, because what I'm about to share will probably flip everything you thought you knew about Pi upside down. While many people are sitting around wondering whether the Pi network is fading away or whether it's stuck in development limbo, there's a completely different reality happening on the other side of the world. Right now, in several Asian countries, an underground economy is quietly growing where people are actually using Pi to trade for real products, groceries, electronics, clothing, household items, even school fees. And the shocking part? In these grassroots trade events, Pi is being valued as high as $314,159 per coin. Yes, you heard that number correctly. It sounds insane, but that's what people are using. At the same time, on those unofficial, sketchy exchanges that everyone warns you about, Pi IOUs are sitting at around $60. That's a price difference that makes absolutely no sense on the surface. So which one is real? Which one should anyone actually believe? That's exactly what I'm breaking down, because the truth is much more complicated, and honestly, much more interesting than just high price versus low price. Before we dive deeper, make sure you follow my Telegram and Facebook pages. That's where I drop the real updates every single day, the things I can't always fit into a video. The links are in the description. Now let's get straight into the part that most people have completely overlooked. There's something called the Global Consensus Value, or GCV. You've probably heard the term before, but the reason it matters now is because it's no longer just theory or community talk. In India, Indonesia, the Philippines, Malaysia, China, and a few other regions, real barter events are happening where thousands of pioneers gather to trade goods and services using Pi priced at a community-agreed value. In Assam and Delhi, people have lined up to exchange everything from daily essentials to appliances. In Indonesia, entire schools and stores let customers walk in, scan a code, pay in Pi, and walk out with their items, no cash required at all. In Central Java, these events have become almost like community markets powered completely by Pi. That huge number, 314,159, comes from the mathematical constant 3.14159. It's symbolic. It's the community making a statement saying, this is what we believe Pi is worth among ourselves. The logic is simple. If a large enough group of people agree on a value and are willing to use it in real trades, then within that circle, that value becomes real. Whether that reflects the actual global market is a different question, but within those communities, they're making it work. But of course, there's a catch. These trades only happen in closed environments where everyone already believes in Pi's long-term value. They don't reflect the entire economy or global markets. Critics argue that real value can't be created just because a group agrees on a number. That value comes from open supply and demand once the asset is freely tradable. And to be fair, that criticism has weight. On the other side of the spectrum, those Pi IOU prices you see floating around, those $60 numbers on unregulated platforms, are not real Pi trades. They're just IOUs, promises to deliver Pi in the future. They're not actual Pi coins moving on the Pi blockchain. These markets are tiny, unstable, and swing wildly based on rumors. The Pi core team has repeatedly warned people to avoid them entirely. So which price represents the real value of Pi? Honestly, neither. The GCV is community belief and optimism. IOUs are speculation and gambling. The real price won't exist until the Pi network enters open Mainnet and becomes tradable on legitimate exchanges. Until that moment happens, every number anyone throws around is either hope or guesswork. This leads to the big question, why can't Pi be traded on Binance or any major exchange right now? It's because Pi is still in its enclosed Mainnet period. The blockchain is live, but cut off from the outside world. This gives time for KYC verification, allows developers to build real apps, strengthens security, and prevents chaos like price manipulation from external forces before the ecosystem is ready. Once again, no real Pi is being sold on public exchanges. Only IOUs. The moment everyone is waiting for is open mainnet, when Pi becomes transferable outside the ecosystem and exchanges are allowed to list it. That's when the real price will be born. But the hype around Pi also attracts scammers. Just recently, a popular Indian creator lost monetization for pushing unrealistic Pi price claims. Platforms like YouTube are cracking down hard on misleading crypto content. Meanwhile, scammers are trying everything: fake apps, phishing emails, impersonation messages, and even fake buyers who try to convince pioneers to sell their Pi for pennies. If anyone ever asks for your passphrase, your login, or guarantees you profits, run. Protect your Pi at all costs. So what actually determines Pi's future price when open mainnet arrives? 3 main things: supply, demand, and utility. Supply is not as straightforward as people think. Yes, billions of Pi have been mined, but not all of that will enter circulation. Many users haven't passed KYC, many accounts belong to inactive pioneers, and a large chunk of Pi will remain locked for a while after launch. The key number is the circulating supply, how much Pi is actually unlocked and available to trade. A smaller supply could help maintain a stronger price. Demand depends on how many of the 47 million users are still active and how many real businesses start accepting Pi. If developers create apps, marketplaces, and services that actually make Pi useful in daily life, demand increases. Without utility, it becomes just another token in a sea of thousands. Then there's sentiment and timing. If Pi launches during a crypto bull run, the price could get an early boost. If it launches during a crash, it may struggle at first. And of course, getting listed on major exchanges like Binance or Coinbase would help massively, but these exchanges only list projects that show real utility and strong security. Let me be completely honest here. The Pi project has potential, real potential. The technology is legitimate, and the community is incredibly passionate. But that doesn't guarantee huge profits or life-changing wealth. The idea of Pi hitting hundreds of thousands of dollars per coin is unrealistic, at least for now. Could it reach $1? $5? Maybe even more if everything lines up perfectly? Yes, that's possible. Not guaranteed, but possible. The smartest approach right now is simple. If you mined Pi for free, you lose nothing by holding it. Don't panic. Don't sell to scammers. Don't delete your app just because progress feels slow. But also don't gamble your real money buying Pi from shady places. Be patient. Wait for open mainnet. Let the market decide naturally. Pi could become something big if the ecosystem continues to grow and developers deliver real value. It also might not succeed if momentum fades or if the usefulness doesn't expand. That's the reality of crypto. The market is ruthless, and only the strongest projects survive long-term. So keep your Pi safe, stay informed, stay realistic, and let time reveal what Pi's true destiny is. When open mainnet arrives, everything will finally become clear. Until then, patience is your best strategy. If this video helped clear things up, hit that like button. Drop a comment and let me know, are you still holding your Pi or have you moved on? I genuinely want to hear your thoughts. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more honest, no-nonsense Pi updates. Follow my Telegram and Facebook pages for daily insights. No hype, no false promises, just real talk. Whatever direction Pi takes, we'll figure it out together. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next one.